Good morning, guys. Sorry that I wasn't able to worship with you guys in person today. I'm out at the rig. This will be my last Sunday. I'll be back home in a few days. Just wanted to give a little bit of feedback about that video I posted. Every couple of years, we go through a process where it seems like we have a lot of turnover in the field and we hire some new people. I know that one gentleman reached out to me. He's interested, so he's going on an interview. And then I had another gentleman reach out for somebody that he knows that may potentially be interested in a job. And then Brother Nathan had posted something, just some concerns, which are, they're good concerns. Definitely need to count the cost before you build the house, right? So just a little bit of feedback. I've been doing this for 13 years. I think there's good, there's bad. It's just like any other job or career or way you're going to provide for your family. For me personally, I had already had 4 children when I started doing this line of work. I had my 5th child while I was already doing this job. Hard for a family to adjust. You're away for 14 days. With my travel time, I probably spend 13 full days at home. It's good and bad, right? I mean, if you're married, it's hard on a wife to adjust after having you home every day to only having you home half the time. However, you can still be there emotionally and emotional support, all of that, technology, FaceTime, all that good stuff. You can still talk to the kids. You're just physically not there. The one difference I have noticed is when I am home, how present I actually am while I'm home. So having 13, 14 days at home uninterrupted, especially if you homeschool your kids. We homeschooled our kids for a very long time. We no longer homeschool them just because the circumstances became difficult for us, but we homeschooled for quite a long period of time. And especially when my kids were homeschooled, I had the opportunity to be with my kids every day, all day long, and participate in that with my wife and be there and be a support. A few years ago, I'd actually considered looking for a new line of work. And one of my children actually said, hey, Dad, you've worked other jobs where you got to work 5 days, 6 days a week. You see us for a few minutes in the morning before school, and then you come home, we're doing homework, and by the time we eat dinner and go to bed, we only get to see you for a couple hours every day. We spend way more time with you with this schedule, 14 and 14, than we ever did when you worked a normal 9-to-5 job. So I think a lot of it's about perspective. As far as the temptation for sin, that's there. It's there all the time. I mean, I'm a man. If my heart's beating, there's temptation. But I think that if you can be faithful, if you're going to be faithful, you're going to be faithful. Temptation will always be there, whether you're with your wife every day or you're away from your wife for a month. Temptation's temptation. I'm not saying the temptation doesn't become more difficult, but I think the strongest inclination of our heart will always be the thing that we do. That's just my personal position. It's been difficult. It's hard. But the marriage, I've been married to my wife for 20 years, and that 20 plus years, I've been doing this for 13 of them. Our marriage is very, very, very strong. My wife's my best friend. I'm her best friend. And the time I get to dedicate to her when I am home is great because of the life I can provide for my family with the amount of money that I make out here, because God is gracious and He gave me this job. My wife does have a little job. She's working now, but that's by choice. She doesn't have to work. But her schedule, it really gives me an opportunity to minister to my wife and love my wife all day long. We can go on family vacations and stuff like that during the week. So, there's a lot to take in. If you're going to consider a job like this, not just the time away from family, but the physical aspect of it, I've gotten a number of people a job. I'd say over 50% of them don't make it 2 weeks. They just either can't handle the emotional aspect of being away, or they can't handle the physical labor of the job. It's a different kind of world out here. A lot of the guys you work with on the rig, some of them are believers. Well, very few are believers. There's a couple. There's one or two out here. We've got ex-convicts, got guys who've been in and out of prison. We've got young kids. I've got a 20-year-old kid on my crew that's out here working, and I look at him and I see my son. I see a young kid who's doing stupid stuff, and it's a great opportunity for me to really try to pour something into him. So there's good, there's bad, there's benefit, there's some drawbacks. So this video is just kind of try to clear some stuff up. I'm definitely not one to just go ahead and recruit. It's not what I'm trying to do. I'd actually probably prefer not to recruit from church, brothers from church, just because I know it can be hard on a family. But I've also been in the situation where I just couldn't find a job to make ends meet. I've been where I relied on other people to help me shut off notices, not having enough money to put groceries in the fridge, not enough money to pay the bills, not enough money to buy winter coats. I've been there. I've done that. It's a very difficult place to live. It's also a very humbling place to live, and God can do a lot of work in your heart. So I love the days that I struggled. But God is faithful, and He's given me this opportunity to provide for my family, and the financial freedom that comes with this job is quite a blessing, and I have to see that. So the only reason I extended it to the group was because I wanted to give other men who may be struggling to support their families an opportunity to maybe be able to support their family in a way that you can't in Michigan. There's no job in Michigan where you're ever going to make the kind of money you're going to make out here, having absolutely no experience and no specialized education, training, or certification. The opportunity to make $80,000 a year for 6 months worth of work and doing nothing but just do what you're told, scrub and run a pressure washer, organize, is just work hard with your hands. There's not a lot of opportunities to do that in the world anymore. So it's a great opportunity for someone who's starting late in life, may not be college material or anything like that. And I've gotten my son a job. My son just turned 21. He's been doing this since he was 19. It's dangerous work, but it's given him an opportunity to get his feet on the ground financially and learn hard work. I think that that means something as a man, to learn how to work hard. I think we got a lot of, and I'm not saying anybody here in this group, just in general, we got a lot of soft, sensitive men who don't know what it's like to bear up under the burden of a hard day's work and earn an honest wage. I think this is a great opportunity to be humbled by reaching the physical limitations of your body and really relying on God to get you through. I've spent a lot of time out here crying out to God to help get me through a day. There have been many times where I thought I physically wouldn't be able to make it through. Times where I even thought I might suffer serious injury. But it's been fun. So that's all, just some feedback. So definitely not looking to recruit. That's not why I posted any of those things. It was really just if there's somebody out there who needs. Actually, a brother in the church got me this job many years ago, and him getting me this job opportunity turned out to be such a blessing. And it's helped grow me spiritually, challenge me, humble me. For me, it's been good. For others, it might not fit, but just wanted to offer the explanation as to why I actually even posted the videos, or like the video of the young kid. It was just to, if there's anybody in this group or any young men who just need an opportunity to make it, reach out to me. I may be able to help. No promises, but that's really it. Just trying to look out for somebody who might be struggling. So I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to seeing you. I think I'm terrible when I'm out here at the rig. It's like 14 days, but to me it's just one long day. And if I'm remembering correctly, I think when I come home this time, some of us are getting together and meeting I think that's this time I'm coming home. So I'm looking forward to getting together with you guys and just having some fellowship. So talk to y'all later. Bye.